Dear friends, welcome to the video content on solid waste management. In this tutorial, we will learn what is solid waste management, classification of solid waste management, sources of solid waste management, effects of poor management of solid waste, different methods for management of solid waste, energy recovery, and individuals' role in management of solid waste. What is solid waste management? Solid waste means solid, semi-solid or non-soluble material that includes garbage, refuse, sludge and other discarded domestic materials as well as waste from industrial, commercial, agricultural and mining operations. The systematic control of generation, handling, collection, transport, processing or disposal, treatment, recovery, managing and monitoring of these waste materials are termed as solid waste management. The term usually relates to materials produced by human activity and the process is generally undertaken to reduce their effect on health, the environment or the aesthetics. This is a diagram which is illustrating solid wastes. Solid wastes are further divided by their biodegradability, hazardous effect, physical nature and recyclability. In biodegradability, the wastes can be biodegradable or non-biodegradable. In hazardous effects, they can be hazardous wastes or non-hazardous wastes. By physical nature, they are dry type solid waste or wet type solid wastes. And by recyclability, they are recyclable material or non-recyclable material. Sources of solid waste. Some of the sources of solid wastes are as follows. Number 1. Domestic wastes. For example, paper, plastic, glass. Industrial waste. For example, chemicals, paint residues. Commercial waste. For example, packing materials. Agricultural waste like plants and animal wastes. Biomedical wastes like drugs and syringes. Construction wastes like, for example, bricks and cement. Hazardous waste, for example, radioactive wastes, biodegradable wastes like sewage wastes and food wastes, and electronic wastes like waste electrical and electronic equipment. Effect of poor management of solid waste. Environmental effects. Solid waste management is an important feature of environmental hygiene and it needs to be coordinated with good environmental planning. The waste storage, collection, transport and disposal can lead to many risks. Poor management can affect everything in the surroundings. These are environmental effects. A. Surface water contamination. Solid wastes that wash up in rainwater runoff join the surface water sources and change the chemical composition of the water. B. Soil contamination. Hazardous chemicals that get into soil and contaminate it. It can harm plants, which ultimately can be harmful to animals and humans. Environmental pollution. Mismanagement of solid wastes can result in land and air pollution. D. Leachate. Liquid wastes can contain harmful and hazardous chemicals. E. Habitat destruction. Habitat of many bird species destroys due to the bad smell of waste in that particular region. Number 2. Economic effect. Aesthetic effect. The aesthetic feeling is disturbed by the unsightliness of piles of waste on the roadsides. Area for poor sanitation, smelly and with waste matter all over the place do not attract people and tourists. B. Disease outbreaks. Open dumping and improper landfill creates many diseases. C. Recycling revenue. Cities that do not invest in recycling and proper waste control miss out credits from recycling and also miss out job opportunities that come from recycling, compositing and business that work with them. Different methods for management of solid waste. Treatment methods are selected based on the composition, quantity and form of the waste material. These methods are as following. Number 1. Dumps and landfills. The process in which a low area of land that is built up from deposits of solid refuse in layers covered by soil. This includes A. Sanitary landfill and B. Controlled dumps. Number 2. Thermal treatment, the process that use heat to treat materials. A. Incineration and B. Gasification and pyrolysis. C. Open burning. Number 3. Biological waste management, the processes that are used to dispose of organic material. In that, A. Composting and vermicomposting and B. Anaerobic digestion. Energy recovery, the process by which solid waste is converted into renewable energy is called energy recovery. There are these following methods. Number 1 is material recovery. Covers the recovery, reuse, regeneration and recycling of materials from waste. Number 2 is energy recovery. This method consists in recovering the calorific value of waste and transforming it into energy and heat. Energy recovery has two following methods: incinerator and biogas. Number 3, agronomy recovery. This method consists of transforming green waste and the biodegradable part of household waste into compost, which is used as fertilizer in agriculture and gardening. Individual's role in management of solid waste. The 3 R's, reduce, reuse and recycle, help to cut down on amount of waste we throw away. These methods conserve natural resources, landfill space and energy. Number 1, reduce. The best way to manage waste is not produce it. For example, use less paper, less plastic bags. Number 2, reuse. In this method, finding a new way to use waste material so that we don't have to throw it out. Number 3, recycle. This method means using trash to remake new goods that can be sold again. Solid waste management hierarchy diagram. The waste hierarchy refers to the 3 R's, reduce, reuse and recycle, which classify waste management methods according to their desirability in terms of waste minimization. The waste hierarchy represents the betterment of a product or material through sequential stages of the pyramid of waste management. Test yourself. The following are a few questions for you. Please revise the concept. Thank you. This content was developed by Akash School Project. This project is funded by NME ICT and MHRD Government of India. In order to contact us, mail us at the given email ID. Thank you.